Hey everybody, this is me Vishwas Nayan. I'm the host of this show, and I'm really glad that we are doing this event today. Digital twin is one of the most, not an hyped one, but this is one of the most breakthroughs that we just really wanted in the world of IoT. IoT, it's not about like I can have a number of boards like this and we can start moving ahead with any of the amount of wiring and the content. But over a course of time, industry has evolved beyond all these kind of wiring, the protocols and all these. I think digital twin is some of a kind of a technologies that you can really learn to deliver a talk as well as deliver some product on what you learn using these talks as well. So I'm pretty glad Tarun sir is here. Tarun sir has been a wonderful speaker for Azure Developer Community and also has been speaker in other conferences as well and in other institutions as well. So thank you so much, Tarun sir, for being on this show. Means a lot to us, and we are happy to learn something new every single day.
Yeah, hi, hello, Vishwas. Good evening, all, and thanks for hosting me, Vishwas. And yeah, so I think this topic, it was new to me as well as I moved to my journey in ABB. It was IoT was altogether was a new concept for me, a new division for me. After having worked with multiple like things like data engineering, data sciences, obviously on the infrastructure and DevOps part, but so this is like I think once I started working the connected services 10 months back. So out of interest, I was exploring this technologies in last 2 months, wherein I heard this about this last 2 months, 2 months before. So, but this is kind of I could say it's still a new one, niche technology, right? So where it's mostly on the industry 4.0, right. So connected devices, it can be from your starting from a Raspberry Pi or as and it can be kind of the robots connecting to the controllers and those things. So it could be anything that has a mechanical movement to the electrical, managing the electrical equipments. It gives you a holistic picture of the statistics of it's a so it's a I could say in a single line, it's a virtual representation of your physical assets. Virtual representation, for example, just to give some introduction. Sorry guys, I have less of slides today, so because I like to speak more on this topic as I've learned more. I like to
Yeah,
speak two things I will do. I will speak more and I will demo more in this one.
yeah.
So yeah. So the moment I share my screen, it's all demo. But yes, I'm also trying to write something here in this one as I've explored. So see, it's a virtual representation of the physical objects, like the motors, the robots, how they perform in the industries. So their physical movement, those things are tracked. Their movement are tracked, and the data is ingested, and we then prepare a graph or statistics out of that. It's a virtual representation of how your different connected devices would be in place. Like what you say, it can be. Today we will walk through very simple examples, simple like twins, which will create, and I will also show you why it's called twins. And it's a, of course, it holds a very important part in the transformation journey of industry 4.0, 4.0. So that's why it is called a digital. So and this is a very integral part of IoT solution. Like today, I'm not going to cover the advanced session. It's a basic one, but yes, I think I would be interested in doing advanced sessions as well as I move forward in my journey, learning journey as well. So
Yeah.
today, yeah. So I think that's so today we will focus on digital twins. But yes, it's not only the case. Your architecture is like it's first the Azure IoT, the function app through which the data is ingested, and then it's digital twins, and then you have the other components to analyze the. I will show you that scenario, the typical architecture, how it looks like. At least that I can show in not slide it that too again a document, because I am preparing a trying to prepare a blog as well on this one. So
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, it's like a device, a connected device, Raspberry Pi or anything could be there. Capacitor, motherboard also connected to a IoT hub, and then Azure function app would be there to define the flow, and then the digital twins. So this is the typical flow. Let me share my screen. Uh, let me know once you guys are able to see the screen, the entire screen share. Okay, so is it visible now? At least. Uh, I hope it's visible. So it's a Raspberry Pi device or anything. This can be a robot or a connected devices. It can be your. This typically describes how you connect the different motors, and all those things are also connected. Like the in the industrial components which we use today. So it's connected to the Azure IoT hub, and then this will be ingested in the Azure function app. It we write the code. It's a PaaS
Mm.
service, Azure Digital Twins. So and then from the code, when we will publish the, will create the, will show you. I will show you how to create the digital how to define what are the types of the components involved in the digital twins, and how to create the twins, and then to create the model, and then to publish them, and then to query as well. So these are 4 or 5 components involved in digital twin. So this is like my this today's demo and coverage would be mostly focusing on this part. But yes, I think I would cover. I think in some days try to cover these two scenarios as well as your IoT hub and function lab. Mostly I have used sample code. There are two demos which I want to cover. One is a simple one so that anyone can follow, like with no coding experience as well. Even I followed that when I started from that one. So it's a I will share the links which I have been following, and it's a easy to create service. And then you can ready to almost ready to prepare models are there for both the scenarios actually. But the first one is mostly the JSON file also is built pre-built. You don't have to do coding as well. In the second one, I will be preparing one C sharp application that will be through that application we would be running inside through that application we will be creating the twin model, the twins, the and the relationships and all those things. I will go through what is there. So this is the typical high level architecture as to how it looks like. And yeah, these are the couple of things and links which I've been following up. So to start with, I think these are the main things, guys. So there are 4 components involved in the digital twin. So for example, digital twins, when you talk, I will also go through the links. I will just not so that it's a real time hands on session, right? So that you can do yourself as well. So this I have captured from again different sources available in Microsoft Learning sites, as well as the some of the industrial the some of the YouTube channels run by the industrial folks for the digital twins. So there are 4 components for the digital twins. What is properties, telemetry, component, and relationship. So properties is like, for example, this is a room, right? And this is a room, and there is this is a I'm living in a floor. So floor is a relationship with the room, right? And room again, room has some humidity, temperature, and those things. So those comes under properties, and we have different components like floor, said I said, and then could be a flat, and then room. Those are the components. And now relationship comes like how how the floor is connected to the building, and how the further floor is connected to the flat or and then room. So this defines the relationship. So this is just a simple example. It can be a headlight of a car also. Like a car is comprising of a light, right? So light has its own properties, and again it's a device, right? So It's connected to the car, and the telemetry, like they have different components inside the lights as well, like to control the light from inside your steering, right? So there we have different components to control that light. Telemetry is like this is like for the newly automated cars, and even for the floor and the building example, right? So telemetry defines, right, for example, uh, there could be different telemetries, like we can set up telemetries, like it's just like uh, what you call application insights. So to measure the data, measurement, it's a measurement. So in the IoT space or in the industrial space, we define the statistics in terms of measures, not the graph, nothing. The term is measure when you come into the industrial space. So measure is where you define a quantity or quality by a measure. That's the statistics, like how the controllers and robots behave. So it's a measure, the telemetry. So these are the different components defined. And then when it comes to digital twin, it is following DTDL language, digital twin data definition language, digital twin definition language. We'll walk through, and it's a JSON like. It's completely not a JSON, but yes, it's a JSON like this thing. It follows JSON like structure. So I will go through that as well. So a couple of things which I want to show actually, so that you learn it from the scratch itself. Uh, yes, Vishwas, do you have any questions, or I can kind of till now, or do we have any questions? So, as you can see, the Google definition of digital twins is an Internet of Things platform that enables you to create a digital representation of real world things and places, business processes, and people. So, typically, I think this could be one of the example where you so see. The different methods which have been explored, like what are digital twins. It's a PaaS service, as I was telling. It's like IoT hub devices. Twins differs from in Azure Digital Twins, while IoT hub devices are maintained by your IoT hub. For each IoT device that you connect to it, digital twins can be representation of anything defined by digital models and instantly within the Azure Digital Twins. So when you say digital twins, it's a PaaS service that enables the creation of twin graphs based on digital models. So these digital models can be used in the gain insights to drive better products, right? Reduced costs, breakthrough customer experiences, and it can be used to design our digital twin architecture that represent actual IoT devices, right? So it defines a virtual representation of our architecture, how it's been designed. So we'll just go through and see those things. So then yes, we have been so DTDL, which you said, which this is for this DTDL is the language which has been supported. So Azure Digital Capabilities, open modeling language. So in a digital twins, you define the digital entities that represent the people, places, and things in your physical environments. As I said, it's a virtual representation of the devices, and these are defined as models, which where we define the architecture. In the architecture world, we define the architecture of a solution. Here we define as models. That model, we show different connected devices and we connect them using the model. So as I said, it can be for example, for a building management solution, you might define models such as building, floor, and elevator, right? We have a building, and each building has multiple floors, and those are connected with the elevator. So elevator defines the relationship between the building and floor, right? Building is a large entity, so it's connected, all the floors are connected via elevator. So elevator is a relationship between building and floor. We reach the floor, every floor, using elevator. So this is how you define in a model in a digital twin space. So you can create digital twin based on the to represent your specific environment. like and then you have what is so as I was referring, this model is designed using a JSON like language, which is called digital twin definition language. So, and they describe twins by their state properties, telemetries, events, commands, components, relationship. So property, telemetry, component, relationship, these, so digital twins, this DTDL language is comprised of these four components, which are very essential part of this model, right? So, and then we have DTTL is used for data models throughout other as your IoT devices, including IoT plug and play devices like Alexa. We can just go through what is it, time series insights data, including so the important when you say the IoT solution, right? The backend is time series data. It's not the simple time series data is the backend for it, and IoT plug-and play devices will go through. So this type of commonality help you keep your digital twins connected and compatible with the other devices. So I'll go through some of the some of the basic use cases, like whatever I have explored till now, and then what is IoT plug and play? This is in a plug and play as a simple example could be Alexa, the use case. So I use IoT plug and play devices, develop an IoT device application. So this is uh, so this is connected, as you said, as we observe, interact with device from your solution. So this is another good example. So a lot of examples and use cases are there. Interact with an IoT plug and play device that is connected to your solution. There are multiple there could be multiple solutions where we want to implement this in the IoT space, this particular thing. But as a past service, so even I am bearing now, so just bear with me. It involves some coding as well, like the C sharp as well, because to publish the events and to subscribe, we need components like I will show you the IoT service which I've created, and although we can create a new one as well, that's not a problem, uh, because if we will get a fresh space, I can show you the simple model. We will create a fresh one also. So let me go through the solution, how it looks like. The components which you require is for to implement the solution is at least, guys, you need to have your own subscription, right? Pay as you go or free, right? And Visual Studio Code and SDKs for running the libraries, which I will show those links itself for .NET solution, and C Sharp, Visual Studio Code and Azure CLI. These are the couple of developer tools. Either you can use Visual Studio Code or Visual Studio itself. So I'm comfortable in Visual Studio Code, but you are free to use anything. Uh, and then you need to download couple of extensions, which I will show you, like DTDL. You need to install that extension. So JSON files on all these codings, this will support the files because it's a JSON like, it's not completely JSON. I will show you the syntax as I walk through. So this is like you just go through. I will kind of let me bring the today's demo, all these things. So this is the digital twin, the components involved. So let me show all these things as well. So and then I can just ping you in the side by side. So just go through these ones. So get started with this is a simple scenario, very simple scenario. This one, and then we will have a complex one also. I think I'm not sure if I captured that, but I think yeah. So this is the first use case which we'll go through. This is the second one, coding with the Azure Digital Twin APIs. So here we will actually publish in the application using Visual Studio Code. Yes, you can do with Visual Studio also, but will go through Visual Studio Code. And these are two demos today, and this is the GitHub tutorial for. There are many use cases. As I said, I also just started, so I think more things would be evolved as I go through while my learning journey as well. So let me share you the links, right? Let me know once. I think it should be visible. Yeah. So there are three links which will be we will be going through and walking through, right? And yeah. So let's start the actual thing. So um just go through. Vishwas, do we have any questions? Can take a quick 1 minute break if there are question, and then we can start with actual demo. I think. Yeah. Okay, I think there are questions. Okay. So we'll just create a service, right? Digital twin. So let me show you the current this thing as well, the environment. So this is the already provision one. So because it's been complex now, I have published the two models inside one IoT solution. So this is how it will look like. We will provision from scratch. So this is the host name which will be given to us once we create it, and this is the when we connect, right, to the endpoints from IoT function app, then IoT hub, and then the digital twins. So from digital twin, there should be some subscriber also, right? So these endpoints are created by here. We create event grid, event hub, event services bus, service bus. So to choose the type of endpoint to connect to digital twin, so type of endpoint to connect to digital twin. So in typical architecture, we can use event grid, event hub, because it's all event driven. So when a thing happens, then this should be done. So this is derived by the events. This is all the play of the events, right? Choose between Azure messaging service like event upgrade and services. So this you can also choose which one you want to choose. Obviously, you can't select all of three, but yes, to you can choose between all three with to subscribe the events. So this is the link which you can make a decision while architecting your the IoT solution, which messaging service to choose from. So this is for the advanced scenarios. So this I will not be covering today endpoint. Maybe next time I can cover and event routes, right? So we can define our custom event routes. Once we have created this, then only we can define these custom event routes. So again here also we need to create an endpoint. The route, the custom route, if we want to define, we can again subscribe to any of the event grid, hub, or service bus. So this is the two connected outputs from, because from this one it will go to these subscribe. There was be some subscriber event also, right? So this is described as a outflow from this what you say, the digital twins. It will output to these events which I was showing, which is I think the event hub, event grid, and service bus. So these are different output flow. Input flow could be a function app, right? IIT hub itself, and then it act as a middle tier between the two. So yeah, you can define your solution for the industry specific needs. So and then these are the endpoints. But this again, as I said, I'm not covering these aspects. Maybe we'll cover maybe next time. So if you go to overview, right? So this is the already defined structure, right? And we will so this it will have, this is how it will look like. So when we explore that graph, right? So then we will have this digital twins, this thing. So with the UI, which API which we are given, there are different models which we given. So we'll just there are different twins we have, and the models which we define. We first create the twins, then we save the query, and then we define the model, how it looks like. This I will show you, but I think this I will show you as I progress, right? So let us create a new one, right? AD resource group. Okay, let's not create a new one. So let's create a ADT resource group 2. So we'll create uh, ADT. It could be anything, and yes, this is a very important thing, guys. So to manage the elements within an instance, so to do anything, so uh, see, you need to publish your model and your into this is a instance, right? It's just like Kubernetes. Kubernetes is just a hosting platform. You have to deploy your application right to the Kubernetes as well. So here also you need to deploy your now in this case it will not application, it could be application also, but it is called models. Though those models you have to deploy to the digital twin instance. So what we are doing right now is creating a digital twin instance, right? It's an instance which you're trying to create. So to do that, this is necessary, right? Anyways, I'm the user administrator in my own subscription, so I won't be affected here. But yes, this data owner role is necessary for this digital twin solution. So assign Azure Digital Twin data owner role is which I've assigned here, right? So when you go to next, this is a very important role. So just read about it. I think I can ping you the learn more URL from here also. Secure Azure roles and permissions. So just go through this as well. So let me share. So this is the let's go through it. Networking, and this is like networking. It's a demo application which we're creating, and that's just for the demo purpose and the introduction. So we are exposing to all networks right now, but it's generally not done. We have to use a private or a existing VNet along with this. And then a system I manage entity, I'm keeping it off right now. Tags is like it's okay. So let me create it, right? So it's just creating, right? Just hold on. Okay, I think it has been created. We'll go to the resource. And yes, I think we have created it. So let it launch, and then we will proceed after this. So this is an active state, and we have created another one. So what we will do is we will open this Azure Digital Explorer, right? So just to show how it. This is see. This is you can locally also you can install this one. So to install. This you can install locally also, guys. It's not necessary that this is the previous one, but this is it's launching, is still launching. So till the time it gets, so you can get started. See, lot of lot of integrate with Azure services, features, learning, access, build, access. Is a lot of things are available here to get you access, get familiar with the sample. So you can do a quick start sample from here also. It's the same thing which I'm going to show here. So It's all here actually. Input, it could be a IoT hub, logic app. Output, it could be Azure map, time series, insights. So this is integrate with your business logic systems. You want to, where you develop these kind of solution to solve a business logic. So like input could be a IoT hub, logic app, and output could be a Azure map and time series insights. So I think yeah, it's launching. So I'm going to look at pop up. So it's saying to allow the pop-ups. So let me see. I think make sure you have the right permission. Okay, digital twin data reader role. Okay, that's great troubleshooting stuff. So yeah, let me check data reader role. I'm the owner, but I'm not sure why it's asking me for this kind of permission. It's a strange thing because in the previous solution I can show you. It doesn't give me this error. So this is AAT solution. This is demo IoT, which I created previously. This is the new one, right? And if you see view my access, you see data owner, that's sufficient. But now this time it asked me for so there's a data reader role. So it's weird, but let's see. So now I have the data reader data owner as well. So let me close it and see. It's saying, I think, and one more thing, guys, I forgot to show you. It's not available for all the regions. If you see here, you have to check so which regions it's available. So it's not available for all the regions at least. That's for sure. It's quite slow, but yeah, it's available only for these regions. Just hold on. So it's available for these regions only. The ones which you are seeing in the screen. The Australia, East US, East US two, North Europe, South Central US, Southeast Asia, UK, Southwest Central US. So this is all it's visible. So when you create it, so you can see it. It's visible to only few countries, not all. See. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I think they have added since last 2 days. They have added few regions. Australia. It was available in West Central US. West Europe and West US 2 also is added. So 10 regions it has been added now. So I think that's it. So we'll import some of the graphs. The links which are forwarded. I think we will click on the quick start one to get started with simple scenario sample scenario in Azure Digital Twin Explorer. Here, in so like what you will do in this one, it's a example of the floor and the rooms. So in this quick start, you will explore a pre-built solution where you don't have to build the JSON. It's already built for you. Modeling and also you don't need to, it's already done for you. Relationship also it's already defined for you. You just need to upload. You just need to upload the this thing, the graph, right? The graph and uh, the things you need to upload those things to get this started. So it's get it's a pre-built digital twin graph using the Azure Digital Explorer. These tools allow you to visualize and interact with your Azure Digital Twins data with the Azure portal. So with the Azure Twins Digital Twin, you can create and interact with the live models of. So this is like how we have done. You complete the following step, create a digital twin instance, which you have done connected to Azure Digital Explorer. This is called Azure Digital Explorer, guys. This is Azure Digital Explorer, and this is Digital Twin instance. And this is the instance. This is the Explorer, and connect to the Azure Digital Explorer. This is already connected. If you see here, this is the same URL which is mentioned here. So it's a IoT one, right? ADD solution. So okay, so it's just this one actually. So just hold on. So this is um, yeah. I think I'm showing you the wrong one. Let me show all resources. So this is like ADT solution is what we have created now. So this URL is the same one which we have created, which is yeah. So this is the one ADT solution. So this is like we have to copy this host name. It doesn't comes up, but this is already came this one. And if you run now, this is there's nothing actually. So it will not give you any visual representation, no results found. So we need to upload a couple of things here, the models, right? And we'll go through what are the models being defined here. So this is the first step. Then explore pre-built models and graph data to construct the sample scenarios. So explore the scenario graph that's created. We will explore those and make changes to the graph. We will make changes to the graph and review or learning from your experience. So in this example, as they said, the Azure Division example, you will be working with a building with 2 floors and 2 rooms, right? 2 floors and 2 rooms. Floor zero contains room zero, and floor one contains room one. So so this is how it will model graph will look like, and the connected will be shown through the relationship, and these are the properties will also be defined of a room, like temperature, heat, and all those things. There's a properties, and these are the components. These four are the components. So and the representation of all this. I think telemetry will cover probably next time. But yeah, these are the four components which are important to. That's the more important thing, which I said in the earlier sessions. The four parameters: the components, the properties, the relationship, and the I think the attributes, right? So so these are four common things, and then review our learning. So this is how it will look like, and prerequisites is like a subscription, and then these are the JSON files which we have already executed. So but yes, let me show that as well. So let me open solution, like I was just sorry about that one. So JSON files, yeah. So yeah, this is a JSON file which we have to upload, right? But before uploading, I will just show you. This is the called guys DTMI. So it's the extension. Well, let me show when you're doing Visual Studio Code. So the preparation of the modules, right? You have to do in Visual Studio Code. Then you have to upload that in the instance. So like terminal, sorry, extensions will go to view and then extensions. Then you have a GTDL, right? This extension, this you have to install, guys. This extension provides the syntax highlighting to for the designing the digital twin things. So digital DTDL editor for Visual Studio. So this is the DTDL editor which you have to install when you're doing through the coding through the Visual Studio Code. It's a patch service, so there is some it could be some coding as well. So this is like you have to install that one, right? So I have already installed, so I don't need to install it again. So let me go to my previous one. Yeah, so this one, this is like DTDL language. So ID, type, display name, context, content. So this is floor one, and interface floor, and then we have this is how we define this language, DTDMI, DTMI, DTDL. So it's DTDL is the language, and this is the relationship which contains the, for example, the floor, floor contains the room, right? So this is defined by the relationship, and the ownership user, who is the owner of this model, properties string. And then is come the ownership department, the property in string. These are called the properties, the property of the, like the attributes of the owner. And then we have the relationship properties or relationship, and then these are the interfaces. As you can see, all the three parameters are there. Telemetry is not covered here actually. So and then comes the second JSON, which is the room. Room, we could have for example, floor, we could have the relationship like ownership, who is the owner for the floor, who is the owner of the floor, property, to which builder it belongs to, right? Because floor has a builder as well. So property and the owner department, username, those things are the properties, and floor contains these kind of properties, right? And the whereas the room contains like what is the room temperature, which where I am sitting. And the double could be a schema, could be like double integer, the data type for that one, the property, the temperature and the humidity of this room. And then ready-made DTDL, there's a syntax, right, for the room.json. So this is the two. And for the relationship, there is a third Excel file which we will go through. This is called building scenario, which will define the relationship. This is a very simple example. I'm just walking you through some simple examples. So see, if you see here, it's this is how we have defined floor one, floor zero, room one, room zero. So like this is like two floor zero, floor zero and floor one. Room one will have it's associated with the floor one. Room zero is associated with floor two, zero. Sorry. So and floor one contains obviously this has a relationship. So room has its own properties, like room, for example, this where I'm living, the temperature should be is 80 and humidity is 60. Whereas room zero, like the relationship, like room contains is the relationship is how the room has a relationship with floor. This is defined by the init data which we are fetching. So data can be typically from this simple example. What data can be typically from an IoT hub, right, or from a function app where we are ingesting the data. But here we are manually inputting the data. Just this is a simple example of how things will be look like. So I'm just showing you this is the relationship between the two entities, the connected and the dots, right? So this is the typical floor and room JSON files. And now we're going to the solution which we are trying to develop. So this is we have to upload a model, and this is for uploading a directory of the model. So I think we'll upload a model and go to the JSON files, and we'll upload both the files here. says both the models have been. This is called the transcript of what we have uploaded, right? And then once we have downloaded this one, so we will have probably have the model graph. This is the model graph which has been generated. Mm, so just go through. So and the twin graph is there. So I think we have not defined relationship as of now. So just save it. Uh, we can name it anything. So we have made it named it as this. Okay. Now we'll upload the relationship. So there, see, there are two things here. Um, we have not defined the relationship. That's why it's not coming here. So model graph is just a floor in room right now. There is no relationship between them, right? We'll come to the relationship as well. So relationship in inheritance components which are defined. So we'll upload the. Sorry, to these are two models which you uploaded from here. Now a relationship is like we have to import a graph like from here. Sorry, this is how you will do it. So then it's just you have uploaded now the this thing, the two models, and the graph you have to upload from here, which you just saw. So so if you see here, it's just imported. So if you see here, this is the solution. So which has been defined. You can actually run a query now. Actually, it should return the result. If it's not, then I think yeah, we'll tweak some parameters to see the result. Don't worry. So like this one, we'll just save it. I did save. So four twins imported and two relationships imported. So four twins, like here, four these are the called twins and the relationship between them. So this is imported right now. So when you, I think now it should return. Let me show. Yeah, this is now been returned. So this is now been returned. So this is, it contains the relationship. This is how the connected devices will be represented virtually, the virtual representation of the actual hardware devices. Now these are different parameters like k, these are layouts actually, kly FOSS, these are layouts FOSS, and these are degree. And then we have in sorry, this is cola, this is the, there are different layouts, I think that's what it's called, use layout. So, and this is the in and out flow. This won't be depicted now, but yes, I think as we progress to the more advanced session, then it will become more clearer. So when we query now, we will actually can see that thing. So this is, if you see here, this is the relationship. This is a representation, and this is the components. These are the defines the inheritance components and relationship. So this is the relationship. How the room is ready to floor, the orange one, ठीक है. And then for the components is like the blue thing, how it's connected. So floor one contains room one, 40 contains room zero, and like this is how it's been depicted and represented. So this is the, I think the expansion level. Let me go to. I don't know what that means. I'm also exploring like you. So I think so. Yeah. So that's when you have a good model, right? Good and detailed model, then I think it will be more so. highlight and match term filter. We have different filters. We'll create different filters. So I think as of now we don't have any filters, so we can exclude that one. So this was a very simple and basic solution for. But now, what there's one more thing. Sorry, when we go to like we will edit some properties. Like we'll go to floor one, sorry, room one, right? Uh, so it's not showing the properties. Uh, okay, that's fine. I think mm, let me show the how it will come. The twins. So floor one, it came for room one, room zero, floor zero, floor one, and floor. Like how this has been connected. This will display the twins. Like floor one is it with room zero is it with floor zero, and then I think we have clicked floor one two times. That's why it's coming like that, or we have imported two times. So there's one more thing. I think we will query this thing. We'll change some properties. Get all other guys selected. Hide all others. Hide. Okay. Okay. Here, right. So yeah, so for example, when this example and this one, so we want to query also now. We want to query also the digital this thing digital twins which we have created. So we'll do like temperature if we want uh, for example if we do here it we have temperature was different, right? Here it's 60, here it's 80 and 70. So we'll like we put a this thing right where temperature like temperature equal to uh, temperature equal to or temperature greater than 70, right? When you go to 70, so we'll see what it returns actually. So no results found. Where digital twins t with lemon t and then t dot temperature t dot temperatures greater than or run query. It has not results return anything, but I think this is how this rolled on. So I'm sorry, but sometimes even I have to look into because still learning. So yeah, this import we have done. So now this is also done. So properties like view twin properties is what we are doing right now. We are checking the twin properties right now. Like these are the properties only which we are checking. So query the graph. So where I think this is the query which we have to use greater than 75. We'll run this one. Says no, there is a base of density where T dot temperature is greater than 75. It should have displayed the result modular graph. So when we click on this one, it's the 80 and is the 70. So this is like we'll do greater than 75.
Sir, copy the query. The temperature spelling was wrong.
Okay, let me do instead this one. Yeah, so I think this is now right. So only room one has came right because room one means it has come this one. So it is returning only this one. So when I do a greater than 70 or we can change also, uh, like uh, like let me change now the values. So patch information means now we have changed this information, right? This will display as patch information. So now we'll run the same query. We have changed the value. We will query here. Now I think both should return now. 76 here. So okay, yeah. So like this one, and if we go 70, I think both should be displayed. Room 0 and room 1 is displayed. So this is how we will query, and if we do a changes here, it will display it as a patch information. Like these are the typical some of the examples of the model graph is just to represent that twin graph. This is the very simple usage. I think probably the next time I will locally create a digital twins explorer. If not, and I think let me at least show you the advanced demo which I have performed in my other digital twin example. So which is I think ADT solution. This is demo IoT. Yeah, this is the one which the second example which I have copied using the this thing, the application. Through the application I've created one application. uh, like this is the Digital Explorer which you can set up locally, like hard setter portal setup, and this is through CLI. How you can set up Azure Data instance and run authentication to the this you can explore. And this is the Digital Twin Explorer if you want to set up locally. This is the link for that. So probably this is my next target. I will install this the digital twin in my local browser. This one. Um this is like uh, what do you say? The locally I will install next time, and then from locally this is like demo IoT, right? Which I have created. The sample application which I was showing earlier. This is the second example which I wanted to demo coding with the Azure Digital API. So in this one we will do a set up a project, get started with the project code. We'll build a .NET C# code, and we'll complete that code complete and clean up the resources. Prerequisite is like we need a .NET 3.1, prepare an Azure Digital Solution instance, and this is like. But I think I don't have time to cover all these things. But I can show quickly the sample model which has been created from this, right, and run the query. So. See, as you can see, we I have created three sample twins. Three, you can say sample twins that can represent a loop I have performed. So it's a very big this C sharp code through the C sharp .NET code. So typically, we'll use it. We'll go through the advanced use cases of this IoT solution probably next time, and there I will explain this as well as integrating the function app and the IoT hub as well. So, but this is the just go through it. If you have any doubt, just ping me over LinkedIn, and I can even because I'm exploring interesting use cases. Even these colors can also be changed. So if you see here, so this is the I've for example, this is the twins. So where see, this is same room 0, floor 1, room 1, floor 0. Floor 0 and floor 1 are connected. Relationship is there. Similar relationship is there between these four. Then I have created simple twin 0, 1, where if you see the models, right, uh, you can view this model, sample model. So this is how it has been built. So sample model, like sample model one, relationship property, and how it is being defined, the model information. So then you can also upload a directory which I have not explored, but this if you see the metadata, the properties are listed here, large updated time. So sample twin, if you click on it, you will get the information of all these things. So This is through similar thing, but only is only this thing is like it's a hello world application this is, and metadata. So I think the sample code I have just pinged you, so just go through it and try to implement it by your own. It's a very simple one. If you face any doubt, please let me know. As Yeah, I think it's a simple to follow thing, but yes, I think you can just go through it, and it's a very interesting use cases. So first a simple this four thing which I have done in the previous example, and then multi a model and a relationship between those models. So each model has these floor zero and room zero, right? Each model has this thing. So if you this thing, so model one, so data is there, and we have a hello world application. So get relationships for this one. So we will get. So this is how it is connected. So it's connected to twin zero and twin one. So this should be twin two. I think this is. Let me check the properties. It should come. So yeah, sample twin one. This is sample twin two. Yeah, in sample twin two we have. So this is the second example. This requires a detailed session, I think, to walk you through the code, which C sharp. This is the code which we have written through the application. I think advanced scenarios. I think I can take a couple of one or two more sessions in this as I continue to explore. But yes, I think it's a very interesting thing to start in the IoT space, and with more advanced scenarios to cover. And I think, yeah, a couple of things, other things which I want to show. Yeah, these, I think I don't need to capture these because I just shown this one. This is the advanced scenario. So, right, this one is another advanced scenario. You can use like this one. So, it's ingesting the REST API, IoT Hub, and digital graphs and storage solution, time series insights, and the analytics and Azure Synapse. This is where I was saying the middle tier. It takes the data from the Logic app, IoT Hub, or the function app, and REST API. In the output, it could be three things I was showing you right in that portal. That could be what you say, that event grid and the event hub. So that could be dictated as the output of this Azure Digital Twins. So this is the typical components which are involved. It is also not architecture. It is different components which are involved here. So it's a PaaS service. So I think some coding is also required. So I think, yeah, but yes, I think you can at least start with this basic upload thing, and then we can like go to the more advanced sessions. And I think, yeah, so I think that's it, which was for today. But yeah, use cases, I think probably you can also tell more. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sure. Yeah, lot of things, lot of things. Like over a course of time, what digital twin brought to the world of
yeah,
IoT was humongous. Like something like, you can think of an use case today and tomorrow you can have it as a simulation. Like all these
yeah,
simulations, what you see of the Raspberry Pi and Arduino are the digital twins at the end of the day. But
yeah,
Azure has made it much more seamless with integration with different services and everything. Like you can integrate a logic app. Like morning I did a logic app session and you can integrate a logic app
yeah.
into
Logic
the,
app also. Yeah,
yeah, like everything is an end-to-end solution here. And I
yeah,
think thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for giving such great insights today. It means a lot when you give us a lot of effort in building those content and getting ready for it and just coming back and making us more insightful towards the technology. And
yeah,
perfect. And of
yeah.
course,
Sure.
I don't think so there are more events done on digital events from reactor side
Yeah,
as
even
well.
I have not seen actually.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, I think we need to do a lot of events. I think we can leave off the Terraform and the other thing as an idea also. And we can just go
yeah.
ahead with the digital
Oh yeah,
twins, I
I
think.
think this is very interesting, and I would like to do more sessions on this one. I'm finding
Sure.
it interesting now. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. It's all about to learn, learn, learn. So how can we
yeah.
learn? This is the way. So
I
thank
think
you
this
so
is
much,
the
sir.
very, very basic example which I've shown. I could have shown through the C sharp code as well, but let's move step by step. Yeah.
Yeah, C sharp is like it requires its own understanding. So I think .NET C
Of
is,
course.
I think yeah, .NET Hustle. I think we did that one section. So
Okay.
.NET Hustle, I think yeah, .NET Hustle. It's here. So you guys can go check that out, and you can learn a little bit of C sharp. There is a notebook, C sharp example notebook that I created as a repository, and ML.NET is also there in that repository. So you guys can go check
Okay.
that out. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Vishwas. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.